Hey everyone, I'm Julius, and this is Paula.
And you're watching another webisode of Galui's Mood Food.
So let's go tempt your taste buds.
It's still you, never love me, baby, till you. The one was even made back till you. There was no one better to you.
Hey Galui's Mood Foodies. Today we're going to be making you some Braciole with some cheese-filled tortellinis. Braciole is basically a stuffed Italian steak that's off the hook. You're going to love this. Today we're going to start out with a pound. We're going to start out with a pound. Now you may want to get a bigger steak, but top round. Get yourself a cheap cut of meat because first of all, it's cheaper. Second of all, you're going to get a better flavor. And what we're going to do is we're going to tenderize this with our little tenderizer tool. First with the flat end, and then with the, I don't know what you call it, the killer end here, this with the knobbies and the stuff on it. But what we're going to do is we got our steak. You want to get yourself some saran wrap, enough to cover the steak without wrestling with it. You want to put it over the meat, and you want to start from your ends. And you just want to beat this flat. Now I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the whole thing. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the flat end, beat it till it's done, take off the paper, and then we're going to use our part with the nodulars on it. I really don't know what you call these. So, and then we beat this a couple times, flip it over and beat it a couple more times. And afterwards, when we come back, we'll show you what it looks like. Now if you don't have this tool, you can actually buy the steak, and most of your grocery stores will tenderize the meat for you. Just tell them the kind of thickness and what you want done. But we like to do it ourselves. So y'all stick around. I'm going to take my frustrations out on this piece of meat, and we'll be right back. Galui's Mood Food.
Better than me!
Stick around. Okay, you see I flattened the meat out. You've seen how big it was when it started. Now we're going to use the other part. And we're just going to tenderize this. And again, I'm not going to keep you while I'm doing this, but this is the fact. You take it, you flip it over, and you do the other side. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back, and we're going to make our stuffing to put in the steak. We're going to roll this up and put it in some sauce, and we're going to cook it. You're going to love this. It's going to be off the hook. You're going to be wanting this every day. Stick around. Okay, we got done tenderizing the meat, and this is about how big it comes out. It's about how thin it is. I'd say maybe about a 1/4 inch. So what we're going to do with this right now is we're going to cover it and stick it in the fridge while we make our filling, which consists of celery, just the leaves, about, I'd say maybe a cup of that, about 4 nice cloves of garlic. We got 3 links of mild Italian sausage, and we have about 3½ ounces of pepperoni. And we're going to make this into a paste to spread on this. So give me 1 second to put this in the fridge. Y'all take a drink of beer or something while I'm doing this. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, we're going to start. Get yourself a cleaver. Put this down. Have yourself a drink. That's what you always want to do. You want to always have some beer and then use sharp implements. You've got to have to do that. That's how we do things around here. Come back with a nub. Now again, I'm not going to make you watch through all this, but what you want to do is you just want to pound this out. Get your garlic up in there. And like I said, you almost want to make a paste out of this. So while I'm doing this, you'll grab yourself a beer, and we'll be right back. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Again, this is just Italian mild sausage, and we have some about a cup of celery, about 4 nice cloves of garlic, and about 3.5 ounces of pepperoni. Y'all stick around, we'll be right back. Okay, we've got our filling. You can see it's nice, it's almost a paste, and that's what you want. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take all this, put it on a plate, because we've got to put our meat down here. And don't worry about using the same board, because it's all going to be cooked together. So want to get all that off there. Stuff a little scraper. Scrape all this good stuff off here. Now what we want to do is we're going to lay our steak out. Oh, that's beautiful. And then we're going to start putting all this right on our steak. Oh, this is good. This is good stuff. I'm telling you straight out.
Oh, if you could smell it.
Smell-o-vision. Now you just want to kind of spread this on, not to the very ends, because what we're going to do is we're going to roll this up and tie it off. You don't want to get it to the very ends, but you want to get a good portion of it real close. And you don't have to worry about if it's too thick in one part and not thick enough in another. It's all going to come out beautiful. Okay, I think we got this pretty much to where we want it. Now I'm going to start rolling this out. Just take it, the smallest portion, and just start rolling it up. Just like this. If you see some coming out, don't be afraid to take your finger and just push it in there. Now it doesn't have to be real tight, because we're going to tie this off. I'm going to have Paula come over here and help me. That's what it's going to look like right now. We're going to. Now what we did was we put some cooking string. We put it in a little bit of olive oil, only for the fact if you don't, it kind of sticks to the meat, and when you start to take it off, you start peeling the meat off. You don't really want that, so we just put in a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to have Paula come over here and help me put this. Oh, I got my string all tangled up here.
Oh, I did. That's what you don't want. It looks like spaghetti.
Looks like spaghetti.
But don't eat it. Unless it's flavored with garlic.
Okay.
By the end of this, it will be.
Now she's going to show you how to tie it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trade her places so you can see how she's going to start this, because the tying off is the main thing that you need to do here.
Okay. We're going to take a longer section on this side, way longer on this, but give yourself enough allowance right here, right now. Okay? And you do your first tie. Not real tight. Okay? Tuck that end in just a little bit right there. Alright, give it another tie. Now, you want to come around, take your long end of the string, loop it around the meat and through itself again. See if I just looped it around. I'm going to bring it back through and underneath. Okay? And there's your second one. That one's done. You don't need to tie anything more off. Show you again. lift the back end of this up, bring it underneath, bring it to a place that's kind of spaced evenly, and then tuck it back through and under that piece that you just turned around it. See how easy that is? And we're just going to do it again right here. Leave a little looseness. See how that is? We went underneath the meat. And you're going to tuck it again like that. Pull that back. Alright, and we're getting to the end, so I'm going to tuck that in then a little bit because we don't want to lose all that good stuff when we put it in the frying pan to sear it off and then into the sauce. So I'm going to do it one more time right here at the end. Now you got the extra string. What we're going to do is we're going to take it down the back side. We're going to bring it back up to this side that we had it. Tie that off. So both ends now have a piece of string over them, as well as throughout all the way around it to hold it together. Tie that a couple times. Beautiful. Now you get yourself a piece or scissors to cut you off the difference. So got my scissors right here. So let your string go a little extra long because you don't want too short a string on this, or you're going to have too much string going on, so, and too many pieces I should say. So you just want to make sure that's tight right there. And leave about 1/4 of an inch there. So it's always best to have a little extra than not enough. That way you're not piecing it together. Toss that aside. Isn't that beautiful? That's what it should look like when it's all tied off. We will be right back. He's going to take back over. I'm just the tie girl. I can tie it up. I'll see you in a few. I gotta wash my hands.
Okay, we've got our Braciole made. We're gonna brown it. Get yourself a skillet nice and hot. Put some olive oil in. I believe this is nice and hot. Always start with the side that's has the seam down. Hear that? That's what you want to hear. Put a lid on that, let that brown for a while. And then what we're going to do is, after we get this browned on all sides, we're going to put it in a roaster. Make sure you get a good sear all over, all the way around. We're going to put it in a roaster. We're going to put our sauce. Now we're going to cheat today. We're going to use some jarred marinara sauce, but we're going to doctor it up the way we always do. An episode down the road, we're going to show you how to make homemade Italian spaghetti sauce from scratch. And we're going to make you some homemade meatballs to go with it. You're going to love this. I smell it already. So while this is searing, y'all sit back. We'll be right back for a minute. I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's all done and seared. We're going to put it, like I said, in a roaster, and then we're going to get all our sauce and all the wine, a little bit of beer. We're going to put all our herbs and spices in. Once you taste this, you're going to lose your mind. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back. Look at that. Okay, we've got our meat browned all over. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Make sure you get all that nice juice back in there. You see how it's browned here? That's what you want. Right, like that. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take this, put this in our roaster. We're going to take all these beautiful drippings. Gonna pour that right on top. And take a little bit of beer because we're going to use most of this. Pour that right in there. Get all those scrapings, all that juice. Make sure you get all that out of there. Pour that right in with your Braciole. That's where all the flavor is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to add to that. We got about 4 nice big cloves of garlic. Smash them up. Cut them up. They don't have to be any certain size. Just get that all cut up nice. Gonna put that right in here with this. Get our can of marinara. Pour that right over top. And what we always do is, you always add wine. So you just pour a nice cup of wine in there. There isn't that much left. We're going to pour the whole thing in. You can never go wrong with the wine. So we got about half a jar of wine, maybe a cup, cup and a half. Shake that up real good. Pour that in. And to that, my hand washed here. Move this to the side. To that, we're going to add a can. Oh, if I can get it working here. Some oven roasted tomatoes. And this one actually has, this is fire roasted tomatoes and they're diced. Gonna put that in. And to that we're gonna add some parsley. Oh, that's a little too much. There we go. Nice handful of parsley on there. After I got it everywhere here. We'll clean that up later. This is the thyme. Thyme, you don't want too much. Very strong herb. These are all homegrown. And another episode we're going to show you how to grow your own herbs. They're cheaper. You dry them. They're there when you want them. And you can have them all year round. A little bit of rosemary. Again, not too much rosemary because a little bit goes a long way. So just a little sprinkling of rosemary. We've got our sweet Italian basil. Maybe about 2 nice pinches of that. Little Italian oregano. This you don't want to put too much in because oregano can make things a little bitter. You just want to put a little bit of this in. And last but not least, you want to get your bay leaves. I would say for a size of this, I'd put a good 1, 2, 3, about 5 half leaves. Just going to stir this up just a little bit to get everybody introduced to each other here. Get all this mixed up. Now we have our oven set at 350. We're going to let this cook for about 3 hours, maybe 4, at 350. 325 depending on your oven, but keep checking on it after the first maybe hour or so. Turn your meat. but you want all this to cook down. If you need to add any more sauce, have another can with you just in case, another jar to add to it. If you need to add a little bit more beer, it's always good. I'm going to put the top on this. We're going to pop this in the oven. Y'all stick around. This is homemade Braciole, which is just a wrapped, stuffed and wrapped steak, rolled and cooked in sauce. And we're going to be making some cheese-filled tortellinis to go with this. You're going to love this. This is off the hook, I'm telling you. So y'all stick around. We'll be right back after this is cooked a while. Okay, our Braciole's been cooking in the sauce for about 3 hours, about 350. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Kaboom. There we have that. Put this in here. We added probably about another jar of sauce that needed it, with a little bit more wine, a couple more herbs. I'm going to set this back, take a little bit of sauce off the top. And while it was cooking, about every half hour, we kept turning the Braciole right in the sauce so that all those flavors got mixed together. See if I can do this without messing myself. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that. So I'm going to start cutting these strings off. Y'all stick around. I'm going to cut the strings off of this, and we're going to get it sliced up for you, and we'll be right back. Okay, we removed this string, and like I said, the soaking it in the olive oil helped because it doesn't tear the meat apart. But you can see this is what the Braciole looks like. This is hot. We're just going to put some slices. And this is what it's going to look like right there. So right now I'm going to slice this down. I got my water and stock with all the spices, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder, getting ready to make the tortellini. Got the sauce ready. You stick around. We'll be right back, and we'll show you what it's all going to look like all put together. This is going to be off the hook. Once you eat this, you're not going to want to go to a restaurant to get anything close to this. This is great. Watching Galui's Mood Food. We'll be right back, everyone. Okay, we're back, everyone. We've got our Braciole. Put a little bit of sauce on there. Look at this. We've got our cheese-filled tortellini. We made it in a broth. Save your broth. Save what you cook it in, because you can always make something else out of it, whether you're going to make more noodles or if you're going to make a soup out of it. It saves you money, and it's a very good idea. Right now, I'm going to put a little bit of gravy. Italians call it gravy. You can call it sauce. Put a little bit of that right over the tortellini. Get yourself a beautiful piece of bread, some nice crusted bread here, and you don't have to cut it. You break it. Italians break their bread. That's what the term came from, breaking bread with folks. You break a piece of this bread off, put it in that gravy. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. I can't wait to dig into this. This is Braciole with cheese stuffed tortellini, some great bread. We're going to have a little salad, and of course you can't forget the Asian Romano. This is the dressing. This is the kicker right on top there. And don't be afraid to put a little bit on there. Well, thank you, everyone. You've been watching Galui's Mood Food. We've showed you how to make some Braciole, which is basically Italian stuffed steak. Some cheese stuffed tortellini. We've got some great Italian bread here. We've got some salad going on here. We're going to have a great meal. Thank you very much for watching us. God bless you. We'll see you again next time. Manja, y'all. Manja. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned.